Good afternoon and good morning, Facebook. This is episode 22 of Ask Angelika. Hello, Angelika.
Hallo Steven.
Wie geht's?
Mir geht's sehr gut. Und dir?
Mir auch. Das war schön?
Das war sehr gut.
Heute sprechen wir URLAUB, aber Angelika, the floor is yours.
Ja, wir sprechen über Urlaub, about holidays, because we're actually taking a break as well, a summer break, because we're also going on holidays. Sometime next month we're going to Germany, and of course most people who are learning German would like to go to Germany on holidays. Some people can, others can't for whatever reasons. So I thought, let's use the internet a bit for that. And I was actually thinking earlier on when I moved to England many years ago, if you wanted to go on holidays, you had to go to the travel agency and then pick up a brochure, and all you could see was what's written in the brochure. And of course, that would have been in your own language. So in this case, in English. With the internet, that has changed, and that is, of course, perfect for picking up some German vocabulary or learning some German. Because whether you are actually going or not, and I see we have Stephen watching us again. Hello, Stephen. You can work things out online. You can either actually researching your holidays for real and book them, or you can pretend, in that case, just make sure you don't actually press the book button. Otherwise you end up with a bill for something you didn't want. But if you always wanted to go, let's say Berlin, you could then go and find things out about Berlin or any other place where you are or where you would like to go to Germany. But when you Google it, of course, most of the pages that come up will be in your own language. So in our case at the moment, it would be in English. But most official websites also have other languages. And of course, they would have it in German as well. So I suggest if you go to the tourist websites of these places, go onto the German bit and then try and do your research in German. If you are stuck because your German isn't that good yet, you can always switch over to English again and check. There's a great way to find out certainly particular keywords. If you're thinking of watching some sites and that, you can find out what they are called in German. And then you can always confirm it again by checking the English site as well. And you can do the same with booking hotel rooms. Most major hotel chains and that, of course, will have it in English as well. Same as the tourist websites. Most of them offer English hotels. And again, it's in English, but have a look in German first. And if you're really brave, you could even then book it in German. And if you're not 100% sure, then go back to the English page to make sure you don't book something wrong, especially if you are going for real. Now, another site it's worth looking at, it's Airbnb. And I found out that if you go to airbnb.de, a lot of text, unfortunately, now is in English because they're trying to get to an international market. But all the keywords are in German. They're quite useful to know if you want to book a room or a whole place, or if you've just practiced rooms in the house. One of the topics that comes up in your textbooks about the rooms and equipment and things which are in the house. And I thought for today, we're going to have a look at some of those phrases. And I have given you some of the words. So this time we haven't got long sentences, we've just got words. So I should make it a lot easier for Stephen.
You're just trying to be easy on me, aren't you? So, we'll start off with the URLAUB, which is, I know, the German word for holidays. So that's the subject of today's broadcast.
Yes.
So phrase number one is, I'm going to try and pronounce it. Art der Unterkunft.
Art der Unterkunft. That is a heading. So a heading for what?
Well, der is of. No, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to sort of cheat on this one and bring up the translation. But it's under something. Unter is under, isn't it?
Well, Unterkunft is accommodation.
Okay. So type of accommodation.
It is a type of accommodation. What are you looking for? I mean, you wouldn't find this necessarily in hotels because type of accommodation in a hotel is a room, but in Airbnb is slightly different. So this is the heading where you would then need to decide what exactly you're looking for. And one of them would be the next phrase.
Gesamte Unterkunft.
Gesamte Unterkunft.
Now, we just said that Unterkunft is accommodation.
Yeah.
Gesamte. Accommodation together.
Yeah, pretty close. It's the whole accommodation. The whole house or the whole flat.
So it's the entire accommodation.
Exactly. It is the entire home, which could be a house, which could be a flat. Hence it says Unterkunft, because we don't know whether the place originally is a house or a flat, but it means all of it.
So Unterkunft is non-descriptive then? It doesn't actually say what it is. It's describing the building as a whole?
Yes, because if you said Gesamtes Haus, then everybody would know or would assume it's a house that they've got for rent. Or if it said Gesamte Wohnung, it would mean it's the entire flat. But as a subheading or as a heading, you don't want X, Y, Z different headings there. So by using Unterkunft, it just means it's either a house or a flat, but it's all of it.
Got it.
If you're a whole family.
Right. Phrase 3, Privatzimmer. And I can do that one. I don't have to guess. It is two separate words. Private and Zimmer is room. So private room.
Exactly.
So when it says Privatzimmer, it means private room.
It just means the one room for yourself. But everything else may be shared with other people.
Which brings us on to nicely phrase number 4, Gemeinsames Zimmer.
Right, you can now work that one out based on what we've already had.
Well, Zimmer is a room, and you just said we've just done private room. So this is a room which isn't private, so it's a shared room.
Exactly.
So Gemeinsames is shared.
Well, gemeinsam means sort of together.
A together room.
A together room, but it is shared possibly with other people as well.
All right.
I don't think I would ever go for a room like that.
No, I agree. Phrase 5 is Preisspanne.
Yes, something very important that you need to decide when you're looking at Airbnb, possibly even if you're looking in on tourist sites for hotels.
Right.
What is it?
Price is price is price. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a flyer and say range.
Mm-hmm.
So price range is Preisspanne.
Preisspanne. So that's where you need to fill in what you are willing to pay or what you can afford to pay.
Right, phrase number 6 then. Weitere Filter.
Weitere Filter.
Well, weiter is more.
Yeah.
Is the same word in English, filter?
Yes, it's again on Airbnb. So the two important things are what type of accommodation you're looking for and how much are you willing to spend. But then you can actually filter it more because you want this and this and this, and you want, I don't know, a swimming pool in there, or you want to be able to use the washing machine, and you can actually filter it by ticking certain keywords they give you, and then the search comes up with a particular or several rooms, hopefully. And I've given you a couple of those phrases now that you could come up there on the filters.
Right, before we carry on, we'll say hello to Stephen. Wir sind gut. Danke.
Ah, es geht uns gut.
Es geht uns gut. And I'm still learning, Stephen. Still learning. And we're carrying on. We're actually today talking about URLAUB, which is holidays, and you'll catch the rest on the replay, but we've now got up to phrase number 7, which is Zimmer und Betten. Now, Zimmer I know is room, Betten is beds, so rooms and beds.
Yeah, so, exactly. Because you may want a double bed, you want a twin bed, you want a child's bed, and you need to make the choice there.
Right, wonderful. Okay, and phrase number 8, Ausstattung. I haven't got a clue. I've no idea at all. Can you tell me, Angelika?
Well, that's... Sorry, I'm just reading the comment there. Deutsch ist so schwer. Deutsch ist überhaupt nicht schwer. Right, Ausstattung is the equipment or anything that you may see or find in the rooms. Amenities or equipment amenities. I think the Airbnb says amenities.
Right, okay. And phrase number 9, Föhn. Föhn? Föhn.
Föhn, yes. Föhn.
Föhn. Say it with me, Stephen, then we can both get it wrong. Föhn. Right, okay.
So if you tick that one, what is it that you want?
I haven't come across the word before, so I don't know.
That's probably because you don't need it. It's a hairdryer.
Take that in the spirit it was meant. So Föhn is a hairdryer.
A hairdryer.
I hope we start moving on now.
Just coming back to that one, I should have really put the gender in front of it as well. It's a masculine word, it's der Föhn, but actually Airbnb doesn't put any genders in front of it because it's not needed. So it just says Föhn. So if you don't bring your own hairdryer and you need it, then you need to tick that box.
Right, okay, and the next phrase. Mir auch, Stephen, mir auch. Wir lernen. Jetzt. Wir lernen. Number 10 is WLAN?
WLAN.
WLAN. Right, WLAN.
The W letter in German is W. So you've got all capital letters.
Right, okay. So LAN is network. But WLAN, so this is doing networking. I can get that bit, but I'm not actually sure totally.
It's not doing networking.
It's not doing networking.
Internet.
Okay.
No, right. It's your internet, Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but there's more than one type of network. There's an internet network and a networking network.
Well, anyway. You needed to do networking.
Okay. Right.
So this is very important, of course.
To everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't stay anywhere unless you've got decent Wi-Fi.
Well, that is if you have a computer and that, or a laptop, or your phone, and so most people will probably tick that box. But you won't find anywhere written down Wi-Fi. It is WLAN.
Okay. And how will you say broadband?
I don't know.
Okay. What do you think on that?
I think it's probably the same word.
Okay. And phrase number 11 today, and welcome to everybody who's watching. This is Angelika Davey with German language tuition, and we're on a holiday, or will be, and we're going through holiday phrases which come in useful. And phrase number 11 is Familien, kinderfreundlich. Now, Familien is family, Kinder is children, and freundlich is friendly. So I'm going to say family or child friendly.
Yes, it's family and child friendly. Now a question to you. Why do we have a hyphen behind Familie?
I don't know, Angelika. Why is there hyphen there?
Right, now if you leave the English on at the moment, we've got family / child friendly, because there's actually 3 words. Yeah, because we don't have family friendly as 1 word, we can have it as 3 words. But in German, family friendly is actually 1 word, familienfreundlich. Child friendly is 1 word, kinderfreundlich. So technically speaking, it should have said familienfreundlich / kinderfreundlich. Now that's a bit cumbersome. And because both words end with the same bit, the freundlich, we can leave it out on the first one and put the hyphen there. So if you ever come across a word with a hyphen which doesn't seem to lead anywhere, that is because the next word or often the next noun or anything like this consists out of 2 compounds and the last one is the same. So it saves us writing freundlich again, because that doesn't sound very good either.
Well, no, if you had to say familienfreundlich, kinderfreundlich. Yeah.
There's no need for it. Yeah.
No need for it. Right, and from Stephen, a question whilst we take a break for a moment, going through our phrases. Is there a good way to learn the articles in German?
Yes and no. Some books say it's really difficult and you just need to learn them. So they suggest that whenever you learn new vocabulary, always make sure you put the gender with it. So don't learn that table equals Tisch. Automatically learn that table equals der Tisch. Yeah, or the smartphone is das Smartphone, or anything like this. There are some rules. They're useful to learn. We've got 2 types of rules. We got 1 type of rule of nouns which are always masculine, feminine, or neuter. So they're the ones which are worth learning because you don't have to worry about it. And then we have those which are usually masculine, feminine, or neuter. But as you can tell, there are lots of exceptions then. And then there are some that don't really fit into any of those. So it's a mixture of learning those. If anybody is interested, I actually have a Udemy course about gender, which tells you about all the ones which are always masculine, feminine, neuter, and usually as well. That will make it life easy already. I haven't covered every word. I couldn't anyway, because there's always new words coming anyway, but it would be a good start. And
next question from Stephen relates to this phrase, which we just did, phrase 11, Familien kinderfreundlich. And Stephen's question is that an example of a compound word?
A compound word, yes. Normally we always talk about compound nouns, where we have 2 nouns together and we make that 1, but it's the same idea, because in English we have 2 words, so we have child friendly, but in German we put those 2 together. If it's a noun, I'm just trying to think of one now. Oh, let's go for birthday card. Yeah, now birthday card in English, that's 2 words. In German, that's 1 word. Geburtstagskarte. Now, birthday cake would be Geburtstagskuchen, and birthday present is Geburtstagsgeschenk. The gender goes on the last noun within this compound noun. So although all 3 words start with Geburtstag, what was the first one I said? Geburtstagskarte. Karte is die, so it's die Geburtstagskarte. But it's der Kuchen, so it's der Geburtstagskuchen. And it's das Geschenk, so it's das Geburtstagsgeschenk. So if you recognize the words within the word, sometimes people don't always recognize them straight away, depending on how good their German is already. But if you can recognize the individual words within the compound noun, then you can work out what the gender is, because you know what actually the last noun is within the noun. And that's the gender you need.
Very good. And Stephen says thank you. So there you are. Right, now back to our phrases, and we've done first few phrases, so we're now going to go on with phrase number 12. We are on holiday, wir sind. Now, can you say it properly?
Im Urlaub.
Wir sind
im Urlaub. But actually, we're not on holidays yet because we want to book it.
We're pretending. Right, phrase 12 is Klimaanlage.
That's it, Klimaanlage. This is actually a good example to show the two nouns. Yeah, if you have got no idea what this word means, then it makes it very difficult to pronounce it and to work out where the gap is. But you actually got it. So it's Klima, which is the first part, and Anlage, which is the second part.
Right. Yes. So I'm going to say Klima and I'm going to say, Stephen, I've got the answers here, so I'm just going to read the answer out. Phrase number 12 is air conditioning. So there we are.
Okay.
So Klima is climate. Sorry, go on.
Yes, Klima is climate, and Anlage is an equipment, is the gadget. Yeah. So in this case, it's the gadget that gives you a good climate. But as we've been talking about gender and that, is it der, die, or das Klimaanlage?
Well, the word is Anlage, and I've got three choices here, Stephen. I'm going to go for der Anlage.
You can have another two goes.
Die Anlage.
It is.
Die Klimaanlage.
Yeah, die Klima. It's das Klima, but it's die Anlage, because most words ending in E are feminine. This is one of those most, but not all. So, and as it's die Anlage, so therefore it's die Klimaanlage.
And to remind ourselves, Klimaanlage is air conditioning, which is something you want to know whether there is, especially in summer in Berlin, as we found out a couple of years ago.
Yes.
Right, phrase 13. Kostenloser Parkplatz auf dem Grundstück.
Yes, you may need that. If you're coming from abroad, you may not.
Okay. Kostenfrei, because I know that from all the places that we visited in Germany. Parkplatz is parking space, because car park space. Auf dem is on the, and Grundstück, I'm going to say I'm stuck on Grundstück. So could you translate Grundstück for me?
It's the site where the building is, the house, the room, the premises. It's the free parking space on premises, which you may need or not. So if you're not worried about it.
And Stephen's picked up a word. Kostenlos is free. Kostenlos is free. Okay. Right. Phrase number 14. Rollstuhlgerecht.
Rollstuhlgerecht. Yeah.
Right. Stuhl is a chair. Yeah. A seat. Roll, I'm going to say a seat that moves. So I'm going to take a flyer at this and say wheelchair. So that's the first part.
Exactly.
So it's a chair on wheels, a wheelchair. And gerecht. Ich weiß nicht.
Well, it means that the room, the building, the house is suitable for wheelchair users. So it may not be of any interest to most people, but if you are a wheelchair user, you do need your room or your house or your flat to be wheelchair accessible.
Right. Okay, good. And would you like to read Stephen's comment?
Comment klar. Well, Entschuldigung is he apologizes. He must have written something earlier on that I've missed.
Sorry.
Maybe it wasn't spelt right.
It was an autocorrect. I'm sure it was autocorrect.
It probably
did it. Right. Okay. Right. So phrase number 15 is Haustiere erlaubt.
Haustiere erlaubt. Yeah.
Tiere is the keyword here because that's animal. Haustiere animal would be a pet. And as we're talking about accommodation, I'm going to say pets allowed.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. Pets allowed. Haustiere erlaubt. House animals, which is what pets are.
Indeed they are. And to everybody who's watching, thank you. And if you just joined us, this is Ask Angelika with Angelika Davey. And we're doing a German lesson where Angelika is the tutor, I'm the pupil and presenter. And yes, let's carry on, shall we, before we right. Phrase number 16, I better show the German first. Hausregeln.
Hausregeln.
Hausregeln. I'm going to say house rules. Okay, so
yes,
Hausregeln is house rules. Right now, whoever copied this list out numbered it wrongly. Pets allowed, you got it right, and as well. Okay, I'm going to say whoever did this list got it wrong. I numbered it wrongly, so we have another number 16, which I know very well, which is Rauchen, verboten, and that is, without any doubt, no smoking. So if you've got a flat which says Rauchen, verboten, it means you cannot smoke there.
No, exactly. So again, for a smoker, this is very important that they know whether they can smoke there or not.
Okay, and phrase 17, Sprache des Gastgebers. So Sprache is language and des is author. And I'm going to say guest givers. And the guest givers, we're going to translate guest givers into English is host language.
It is the host language. So obviously anybody who watches this show, if you ever do book a room at Airbnb, you want it to be in German, of course, because you're going there to practice your German. But of course, if somebody really doesn't speak any German and they want the host to speak their language, then that's your chance where you can actually tick the box.
And we come to phrase 18, which is the last phrase for today. I'm going to struggle with.
Yeah, hang on, before you show that one, that actually isn't one from Airbnb. That is, once you've worked your way through all this and you have looked at your options and you actually want to go on holidays in Germany, that's then the next step that you need to do. And
the phrase is online buchen, and I'm going to take a flyer at this. Wild guess, and it is to book online. So there we are.
Are you sure about that one? Yes, it is.
I'm positive. I'm positive. We don't rehearse this, but we do go through the phrases beforehand.
And that would be the button then to click if you actually wanted to book anything online. Otherwise, stay well clear.
Indeed. And if you have enjoyed the show, then just our call to action, if you could share it, please, that would be good. Today's program was about holidays, which is URLAUB. And would you like to talk for a moment, Angelika, about this, which is on screen?
Yes. We took that picture when we were in Berlin, didn't we?
We did.
It was this lovely frame on the Kurfürstendamm with a bench and Lynn Bear. And of course, I did Photoshop it a little bit because I didn't actually take the book with me. But that's my book, Learn German for Your Holidays, which is a 30-day challenge. If people want to just pick up at least some basic German before they're going on holidays. They're very small, bite-size tasks for 30 days. And what better reason is there than for learning German than to go shopping in Berlin? Which, of course, we won't be doing this yet.
I can't think of a better reason.
No. But we're going on holidays as well, which means we're now having a short summer break.
We are.
Yeah. I've forgotten when we were back. It's the 7th or the 8th. It's not the first Friday, it's the second Friday.
The second Friday in September. So enjoy August. And Angelika and I will be back in September.
After a busman's holiday in Germany.
Yes, we're going to Germany. Everything that I've learned during the 22 shows that we've done together so far will be going with us. But it's great going on holiday with your German language tutor, I can tell you, because when you go to Germany, you need one. Unless, of course, you're taking Angelika's lessons. Angelika would like to say farewell to everyone now.
So, so I hope to see you all again in September. And until then, it's tschüss von mir. Tschüss.
And tschüss von mir.